Today, we're going to be talking about the time I accidentally stabbed myself. I made a ton of brownies for my friend's birthday. They didn't all fit into the container, so I ended up keeping some. I left the extras in the pan and I left them on the counter for whoever wanted them. Later that night, I decided to have one before bed. The brownies were stuck pretty good in the pan because I didn't use any type of greaser before baking it. I grabbed the spatula I had used earlier in the day to pick it out. The only pieces left at this point were edges, so it made it even more difficult. After a good bit of time, the spatula just wasn't working, so I decided to grab a knife to cut it out. I'm sure you can guess where it's going from here. After trying to use the knife in a logical and responsible way, I used it in the same way I used the spatula. I placed the knife against the bottom of the pan and pushed as hard as I could to cut through to the other side. I do this all the time and I figured I'd be able to catch myself before it reached my hand. But alas, the knife slipped and went right through my left hand. The moment it happened, I knew I struck a nerve because I felt the impact throughout my entire hand. The sensation didn't hurt, but it wasn't pleasant either. It's hard to explain. It kind of felt like a throbbing sensation, except it wasn't throbbing. It just happened the one time. I noticed my hand is gushing blood, so I calmly took my hand and ran it under the water to wash it off. When the bleeding didn't stop, I walked upstairs to let my mom know we should head to the hospital. I accidentally cut myself. We need to go to the hospital.
She's not serious, is she? Come on.
There's a pile of blood here.
Oh shit, let me get some pants on.
Once we got in the car, I started getting nervous that I would never feel my finger again. The cut was right underneath my index finger, and when I cut through the nerve, it dulled the feeling in my middle finger. So we stopped and got a cold bottle of water so I could hold on to it in hopes it would help my condition. Since we live in the middle of nowhere, the closest hospital is about 30 to 40 minutes away. Once we got there, it took another hour just for them to get to me, even though I was the only one there. It seemed like they kept underestimating the cut. At first, they thought I would only need 2 stitches. I ended up needing 4. And they said that my finger was just in shock and that's why it was feeling dull. It's been 11 months and to this day, I still can't feel my finger. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you have a suggestion for a future video, leave that down there too. And I will see you next week.